All right, today is the 23rd, and we are doing our warm-ups. Again, these are due at the end of the week. Each day is like 20 points. If you do all your warm-ups, that's 100 points. Easy 100 every week, doing your warm-ups. Cool? So these are supposed to help you, and they show you stuff that you need to know, and you get to practice and not get penalized for it, because I'm going to end up showing you what to do. All right, so our objective is right here. You wrote this down, and you don't have to write the second one down. Okay, but we do have a language objective that you're able to justify your answers, whether verbally or in a sentence. You have to be able to, in your own words, answer questions, and you're going to see that on the notes in the assignment today. So, announcements. Does everyone see this? Here's another thing you want to look at. Okay, I'm going to announce things by typing it on here. Does everyone see that we're going to have a little quiz tomorrow based on things we've gone over last week? Vocab and notation. Today we're really hitting notation. Make sure you understand it. I'm going over it on the warm-up. Okay. But there will be a little quiz tomorrow, so make sure you know your vocab. If you need to look at that, make sure you look at that, okay? What to do, goal setting and student info sheet. I've already talked to everyone, and so if I talk to you today, make sure you get that to me today. I know Friday was weird, but there's that worksheet 1-1 reteaching. So if you have that, whatever you have done, you can turn it in. And I found yours, and I put it over there. Okay, let's do the warm-up. Name 3 points. A point has a dot next to it. Okay, so let me show you. Letter C is not a point. Little a is not a point. Little b is not a point. Does everyone see that those do not have dots next to them? Okay, now I'll explain what those are, but those are essentially names of lines or planes. Okay, but who could tell me 3 points with dots next to them? Anybody? I heard H, what? K, and what else? Okay, so we got H, K, and G. Is that what I heard? Perfect. Okay, so those are 3 points. In the future, can you name 3 points? Okay. Does everyone see capital C has no dot next to it? That's tricky. I don't make this stuff up. I'm just trying to help you differentiate. Okay, little a and little b don't have a dot next to it, right? Okay, what about 2 lines? Now, what makes a line? How many points make a line? 2 points. So I need 2 points that actually make a line on here, and then I need to notate it correctly. So who can tell me? One more time? So little a is not a point still, and C is not a point either. But I know that line you're thinking of, tell me 2 points on that line. DG, right? Or DK, either way. So here we go. Go ahead and write DG. But if it's a line, what do I got to put on top? A line with 2 arrowheads, okay? You can never just put 2 letters with nothing on top. Something always goes on top. So DG with a little 2 arrowheads on top, a line with 2 arrowheads, okay? Now, I'm going to show you something here, okay? Whenever you have a little lowercase letter next to a line, you can also name it with that 1 letter. Kind of weird. So what's the name of this line right here? Line A, okay? So you can say line A. That's another way to say it. And same line. What's another way we can name the exact same line? What are 2 other letters on that line? Now, you can't say line letter D because that's a point, okay? The little a is not a point, okay? And again, C doesn't have a dot next to it. I know, we'll get to C when we talk about planes, but just tell me two points right here. Okay, D and F. Okay, we already said DG, we got DF, but what do I got to put on top? A line. Now, those are 3 ways to say the exact same line. So we've only named 1 line. This is all 1 line right here, okay? So what's the other line? How do I name the other line? JI is going up and down. That's another line. Very good. What's another way to name the exact same line? Okay, does everyone see there's a little lowercase letter? You could call it line B. Sorry, my handwriting's kind of tough on this laptop here. And then 1 more way to name the same line. What are 2 other points besides JI on the same line? Say what? JG works. Okay, or y'all's favorite, IG. Okay. All right, now that's 2 lines. I need a plane. What's a plane? Not a flying thing, but what's a plane? Flat surface, right? So y'all see the flat surface that it looks like a parallelogram, this thing? So if a point is 1 point and a line is 2 points, what do you think a plane is? 3 points, okay? So who can tell me 3 points on this flat surface? H, what else? HD, okay, HDF is the plane, okay? We can pick another, okay, same plane. Give me 3 more points. G what? GHD, okay? Now I'm gonna touch on what you were talking about earlier. Does everyone see that C that's kind of just floating out here? If you just have a random capital letter on a plane with no point next to it, you can call it plane C, okay? Again, I don't make this stuff up, but I'm trying to make it make a little bit of sense because you will see it on the test probably. Okay, so plane C is another way to say that. All right, we kind of answered number 2 already. There's a couple other names for this plane. I can tell you some more points. Now, you tell me, is J or K on the plane up here? J and K, no joking, are not on this plane. Cool? So I could say DHF, GFH, HGD. You know, there's lots of different opportunities. You with me? Please. Okay. So again, 3 points, make a plane, or the lonely letter without a dot. Okay? That's how you do it. All right, so that's the warm-up. Everyone's got answers written down, and your objective, and the date. Easy 20 points for the 100 you'll get on Friday when you turn that in, right? Now, we were supposed to do this last week. We're going to do it now. We're going to do notation notes real quick, and then we're going to do notation assignment, okay? If you don't finish the notation assignment, you can come into home, finish your homework. And if you have extra time at the end of class, if you need to finish 1-1, reteach, whatever, you can do that too. Okay, so let's do these notes. All right, let's see here. All right, everyone's looking at number 1. After our warm-up, you should be able to breeze through this on your own. We're going to do it together, but go ahead and do number 1. Can you name 3 points in that picture? Write them down. Off to the right there. Tell me 3 collinear points. Now, let me pause. Not just 3 random points, 3 collinear points. What does collinear mean? In a straight line. They got to be in a straight line. Write them down. Okay, and what did you get? Okay, everybody got A, B, and C so far? A, B, E would not be collinear. They would be 3 points, but not collinear points. So if they're going to be in a straight line in this picture, it's got to be A, B, and C. Make a straight line. Okay. Everyone understand what the word collinear means? Cool. Number 2, we need to name 2 rays. Now remember, a ray has an endpoint and one arrowhead. So who can tell me 2 points that can make a ray? A little louder. B and D, okay. B and E, okay. So I'll do this one in red. If you start at point B, you go towards point E, and you keep going forever, that's a ray, right? Ray has 1 arrowhead. 1 endpoint, 1 arrowhead. So we got to write it. But first, let's write it down. So this first one that I put in red here, let's write B. Sorry. B. One more time. B, E, and then what goes on top of it if it's a ray? If it's a ray, on top you need to put a ray. And it always points to the right, okay? So BE with one arrowhead going to the right, okay? I don't know if y'all can see that. Let's try that. Does everyone see it has one arrowhead, okay? Now, let me do the next one. What if you start at point C and you go towards point D forever? Is that a ray? Okay. Now, here's the tricky part. Is everyone with me? Okay. How do I write this? Do I write it DC or CD? What do you think? CD. You all CD. All right, so CD, because you always start with the end point. The end point. Okay? CD Lamb. That's the man. We don't need to win any preseason games. Because we're going to win all the regular season games, right? Gotta wait. All right, wait a minute. CD. Now, here's the problem. Here's where people mess up. You see how this is pointing to the left? A lot of people want to draw it pointing to the left. Okay, you always point to the right under notation. So again, CD will have a arrowhead on top, going to the right. It always goes right. It always looks like that, okay? So just remember, write the end point first, and you're good. Number 3, line segments. Do line segments have arrowheads? 1, none, 2, what do you think? 2 arrowheads or no arrowheads? None, okay? A segment has just 2 endpoints, no arrowheads. So help me out here, 2 points real quick. Okay, B and E. If it's just between BE, yeah, that's a line segment. On top, you need to put a segment. No arrowheads. Okay? Somebody else, give me a segment. B and C. BC, and I got to put the segment on top. And then I heard BA over here. So I just make sure I put an arrow, no arrowheads on top of it. Okay? So that is segments. Okay, flip it over. Number 4. Now, you're going to have some of these on your assignment today. It tells you all you need to know right here. Okay? Let's do that. Number 4. It says a what? Segment. It says the word segment. So we do what we kind of just did on segments, right? What are the 2 letters they give me? Q and R. Oh, hold on one second. Try to zoom in here. All right, so go and write QR. And if it's a segment, then I need to put a segment on top. Arrowheads or no? What do you think? No arrowheads. So don't forget to put it. Because if you don't put it, it's definitely wrong. Because it has nothing on it. Okay? Next thing. What are my 2 letters here? WZ. So write WZ. And what goes on top? What do you notice about the end of it? It's a line. It has arrowheads. So what do I got to put on top? 2 arrowheads, right? If I don't, it's wrong. All right, now number 6 has 1 arrowhead. What do you call that with 1 arrowhead? A ray, okay? And we start with the end point. What's the end point? D, right? So letter D, and then goes towards C. And if it's 1 arrowhead, I got to make sure it's pointing to the right. DC. It's like a team I know. Oof. All right, number 7. What do you call it when there's no arrowheads? Segment. So go and put HK. And then on top of it, no arrowheads, just like the picture. Okay, you're just matching things up pretty much. Okay. Number 8 says it's a what? Line. Does a line have arrowheads or not? Or 1? What do you think? 2 arrowheads. Line has to have both arrowheads. So my 2 letters are going to be DE. And on top, a line with 2 arrowheads. while I pass out your assignment, you're going to write your own question out. So if you look at the front page, those are the questions that we were asking you. You know, name 3 points, name 2 array, whatever it is. You can make your own question, answer your own question. I want you to write a sentence and then answer it in the little box while I pass out your assignment. Sorry. You finish number 9, you can go ahead and start the assignment practice notation. Use your notes to help you. I will keep your notes. Every time we do notes, you keep your notes. Every time we have an assignment, turn that in when you're done. But real quick, on number 1, you're writing a sentence. Does everyone see at the front? It starts the sentence for you. Okay, you got to write it out. Tell me the sentence. How array is different than a line. You got to write the whole sentence. Okay. When you get to numbers 2, 3, and 4, it printed weird. You can't really see it, so I'm putting it on the board right here so you can see those 3 letters. Okay. You can barely see the letters, but you need those letters. Okay. Go ahead and get started. As due, if you're done today, turn it in today. If not, you finish it at home and bring it tomorrow.